Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry. I hope you're safe and well. Now, you may be wondering if you've been following PolePharma Biologics on LinkedIn. What are they going to announce with all these posts on what's your reason, etc., going on, and what's your reason in your business or in your mission statement and so on? Well, I'm about to tell you why now. So I'm delighted to be joined by Felix Faupel, who is the Chief Business Officer on what was PolePharma Biologics, but which has now been rebranded as Rezon Bio. So now you know why you've been seeing all those posts from PolePharma. And so, guess what? We're actually going to be learning more about the rebrand today, why it has happened, how it affects their customers, what's the benefit to you as a user, and also there are a couple of events coming up as well. So we'll also do a quick preview for you of what you can expect to see if you meet them at the Festival Biologics this week or at CPHI Europe, which is on October the 20th and 30th in Frankfurt. So Felix, first of all, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
Yeah, everyone, thank you so much for having me here. I'm good. I'm excited. The last weeks were intense, I must say, but I'm super happy now that the beans have been spilled basically, and
Yeah.
we are now in execution mode, and yeah, we're able to show the world our new fantastic brand. So yeah, very, very, very exciting times. And I hope we didn't get on too many nerves of somebody by our teaser campaign of about our reasons and what reasons is to succeed and the reasons to work in this industry and the reasons to make this impact that we are all doing here working in
Well, that's
pharma and
brilliant.
biotech. Yeah,
All right. Well, look, my first question was going to ask you to just give you a
yeah,
brief introduction, you yourself and
sure.
your background and the role at Reason Bio. But before we do that, what is your reason then to be working in this sector?
Yeah, I mean, when I thought about, when I went from university and I thought about where should I work in which sector, right? And uh, for me, the pharmaceutical industry was always the number one, industry to go to because it has so much purpose in the end. It's you know. Sometimes when we work, especially in the CDMO world, we are a bit detached from patients and so on. But I think it's then the moments when you are seeing when you in your social network or in your environment, you see patient stories, right? And you see, okay, there are really people suffering from their diseases, and you can, even though it's such a small piece, and it's, I mean, this phrase is so overused, right? But for me, being just able to play this little piece of providing drugs, and producing them and making sure that they come to the clients in the right quality. Um, this is gives me already enough reason and enough purpose to work in here. And I
Fantastic.
know massively overused probably this picture, but this is what drove me into pharma
Well,
initially. So, and yeah, here we
it's
are.
well, no, well, it's well said, and I'm sure, and I know that a lot of people in the industry feel exactly the same way about that as well. No, that's fantastic. Now, as I said, it'd be great if you give us a brief introduction of yourself, your background, and also your current role at Reason Bio, but
Yes,
also give you a bit of a history on Pole Pharma, which is now obviously Reason.
yes,
Sorry, I should say Pole Pharma Biologics, which is now Reason
yes.
Bio.
Absolutely. Yeah, just a few words to myself. So I have been working over 10 years in the CDMO industry. I started my career at Bachem, which is a peptide API manufacturer, and always in business development. I've come through different industries, through generics, to live biotherapeutic products, which was also an interesting journey there as chief commercial officer at Bacthera, and now working for since January as chief business officer for the CDMO part of PolePharma Biologics. We have been active, a bit in the background, already working as a CDMO, getting some CDMO clients in, and now we don't really launched this new brand, Rezon Bio, as a CDMO brand, and now really focusing on purely the CDMO business. And yeah, that's why I'm here. So building up CDMO structures, pivoting the business model into, for our manufacturing sites, at least from being a captive site, being a site that is producing own products, now moving into a site which is open for the entire pharma industry. And I think this is a fantastic thing about it. People can utilize what we have built in knowledge, what we have built in experiences. We don't learn on our client monies as many others maybe do. We have done all of this before, and now we can really take this experience and bring it to the broader market, which I think is fantastic, if you ask me.
Fantastic. Well, look, so what inspired the launch of this new CDMO brand, and what specific gaps did you see in the biologics market that you are aiming to fill?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you think about PolePharma Biologics, and the history of developing own biosimilars, this is really a success story. So you have a company that has been established in the past, running over a couple of 14, 15 years, building the pipeline, growing year by year. And now coming to a point where where PolePharma Biologics has products on the market. And you now need to think about how do you now move forward? You have this facility, which is a fantastic asset. We have people coming in saying, hey, that's one of the best facilities I've ever seen, also compared to big pharma facilities. And you now think we have these assets, you can even utilize these assets even more. You can make this available to a broader audience, not just for the own products, and it can have a bigger impact in the end, and also allow the manufacturing footprint to grow beyond what is already existing today. So that's a bit the background there. When you think about what niche we are filling, I can already tell you now that there is the internet connection is not good. I see it in your face.
No. I'm thinking we'll see how it goes anyway. Sorry, but
okay.
Let's carry on anyway. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. So when you now think about our niche, we don't reinvent the wheel. Very clear, right? There's we don't do anything that nobody has done before, and I think this is also not what we want to claim. What we do want to claim is that we are in an industry which is more and more commoditizing.
Yeah.
Okay? So we have more biosimilars that will come our way. We will have more standardized technologies, platform technologies. We anticipate that production cost will be driven down over the next years, further down. We see that the products in the life cycle come into the phase where more speed, better costs are required. And what we want to do is, with also our background and our heritage in biosimilars, play that card, because we are in this field and we can go and be more efficient than maybe others that go in and just grew, but never stopped, basically. So, and never thought, okay, how can we now make this more efficient? How can we now meet the future cost of good targets, not the one from yesterday, right? And so what we want to achieve is, we want to make this smarter, we want to make it better, and we want to make it leaner and more efficient, while not compromising on quality at all. This is absolutely a key thing for us, and while maintaining really good customer relationships. We want to also play on the experience the clients have with us. We want to make the experience seamless. We want to make it as if we were, working with our team, make it effortless, so that we are not. I mean, our clients have so many problems on their shoulder. they have people that we work with, they have tons of problems. We don't want to be another problem. We are the ones that are, making sure things are running, things are moving. You have a partner. If something goes wrong, we raise our hand. We come with solutions, and having really just a very good experience when working with us. So we don't reinvent the wheel, but I believe in the whole holistic view on this, and also with the experience that we have. We are FDA approved, we are EMA approved, we have products on the market, we have commercial supply, etc. We have great quality systems. It all makes sense, when we combine all this together. It makes it's a special offer. In its single points, maybe there's nothing where we reinvent stuff, but I think the whole combination as such, I think, makes us an attractive partner.
Right, and I mean, and just for those people who don't know, where are your facilities actually based?
Absolutely, of course. That's we are called PolePharma, right? So Pole is for Poland. We have two facilities in Gdansk. We have one facility in Gdansk and one in proximity to Warsaw. So very, very good, accessible, and by plane or train. If somebody wants to take the train, we have an international airport in Warsaw, which is 30 minutes away from our facility. So we can only say, please, everybody, step onto a plane, give us a note, and come and visit our facilities. I think they're worth looking at. Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right. Now, you sort of touched on this a little bit on your previous answer, but how does your strategic vision differentiate your brand from the established players in this CDMO space?
Yeah, when we think about the CDMO space as such, right, you have those really big players like Lonza, Samsung, and so on, where Fuji, I mean, you see crazy news over the last couple of days about the investments that are about to be made and that have been made in the past. You have then really smaller players, right? And then you have those mid-sized players. So when we think about ourselves, we see ourselves also more as a mid-sized player, right? We have two manufacturing facilities. And when we think about what they can offer, and what they have done before, and the experience that they have, and compare with ours, there's nothing where we need to hold back, and where we can be pretty proud on what we have accomplished so far. We want to take this as our baseline. Okay, and take what we have and what we have established and achieved in the past, and use this as the foundation for the future growth. What is also interesting is that we are privately owned, right? We are not owned by a PE company that now wants to crazy build this new and basically squeeze out the last money from their clients and just have those crazy growth digits. I mean, we also have ambitious targets for sure. That's clear, but we do it a bit from a different purpose, right? We don't do it to just generate more money. We also do it to further build out the biotech industry in Poland. That's a big vision of our owner, and we play this part. So for us, we want to make not only money, we want to have a real purpose for growing an industry in a super cool country. And so when you think about that as a baseline, we can, with what we have, further extend and be creative in our deal making, be creative in what we want to invest in. Clients that are searching for a player which meets their mid-sized products, and they want to have somebody who takes them to the next stage, and can even think about sweet fee models, co-investments. We have a great facility with space in there. We have a whole next place to it. We have space to grow, which we can utilize. And this is a bit where I think we maybe have to some of our competitors also an advantage in this mid-sized field, that the potential to grow for us is absolutely massive, in my opinion. So we are now starting our business. We are now aiming to further work with our partners and our clients to further grow the utilization of our facilities. And then beyond there, it's up basically, and there's we can together grow with our clients in this sense, and then lead the pack in this mid-sized field. That's our ambition. We want to. Who knows? Maybe even further at one point, but at least for now, we go in there and say, hey, we are going in this mid-sized field, especially in the European field. We want to play on regionalization of supply chains. We want to go for clients that do not maybe need the 10,000 liter bioreactor sizes, but looking for more flexibility, for more turnover times, and good cost of goods. And I think with our setup and the track record that we have with our setup, this is something we can provide, and then therefore I feel pretty confident that we maybe not today, but in the near future, can lead the pack of the mid-sized players.
Well, that's very interesting, actually. And that actually leads to my next question, because what infrastructure and technologies are you investing in to ensure the scalability and compliance in biologics manufacturing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, infrastructure is one thing, right? I mean, this is, when we talk about infrastructure, what we are aiming is we have those two sides, right? So we're having mirrored technologies. Okay, so in order to increase speed and comparability between those two sides, right? We have in our site in Gdansk is more focused on development, clinical manufacturing, and our site next to Warsaw is more a commercial manufacturing site, where we have our 2 times 2,000 liter lines operating. What we want to ensure is that we have, through our laboratories and our manufacturing, we have scalable and comparable technologies, also for our scale down models, for example. So this is on the technology and infrastructure side. Obviously, now here's a point where throw in the AI buzzwords, but obviously we also engage in that, right? We have we're working with digital twin models, helping to further increase the output. But this is a whole other topic. But what is important for us is not only this, but also the teams behind, and the process and how we develop processes. We follow classical DOE frameworks. We are having high throughput approaches. We're working on the Amber systems. We have multiple of them running in our facilities to really probably design and characterize the processes. We also from day one following a quality by design framework. So we define our CQAs. We have our risk management tools in place. So just we want to make it right the first time, therefore being faster, being compliant, being able to mirror our facilities. And then all of this together, I think is basically, I think it's pretty solid, if you ask me. And therefore we can ensure scalability and compliance. Yeah.
Brilliant. Now, you mentioned obviously that your facilities are based in Poland, and I saw a post on LinkedIn actually about how Poland is growing as a biotech and pharma hub. So
yes.
What strategic advantages does your presence there offer to your customers?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so when you're coming to Poland, you're coming to Warsaw, Gdansk, to any of our cities that we are in, you have you come there and you totally feel this is an economy that's uprising, right? It's super happening all over the place, and you sense the spirit of can-do attitude. You get this. Okay, we want to work hard. We want to build our economy. We are proud of our country. We are proud of what we've established, and this is a momentum. This is absolutely momentum, and never underestimate such a momentum in a business context. And this is exactly the same for us at Rezon Bio. We have deliberately taken our tagline, our slogan is where dedication delivers. And the dedication in this country is absolutely tremendous. And And I think this is where we as a company really can make a difference, playing on the culture and playing on the current economic situation. Now coming to the biotech industry, yeah, absolutely, it's rising, right? And we are also here having a bit of an impact for sure as a company, such an environment helps you finding the right talents. This is actually, when we started, when PolePharma Biologics started as a company, they had to hire people back from other countries. So they said, "Oh, you're Polish. Do you want to come back? You have now experience in this and this and this. You were at GSK here. You were at Pfizer there, etc. And why don't you?" And so this is how they got people, 10 plus years back to the country, bring in their expertise. Now it has changed. Now you have universities. You have the Central European Bioforum, which is a super big association in Poland, boosting the biotech industry. So you have a self-sustaining environment in biotechnology now, where those talents grow themselves, and then they come to us or some other Polish players, of course, and they are building on what those people that have came back to Poland, they're building up on this, making it even better with their dedication and with their drive. So yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty fantastic place to be, if you ask me. If you're a biotech, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, you're out there looking for customers, but in terms of the type of customers you're looking to attract,
Yeah.
what type of customers are you looking to attract, and what makes a partnership with your CDMO particularly valuable to them?
Yeah. So when we think about what kind of clients we want to attract, as I said, right, we are not the Lonza, etc. of this world, and we don't want to be. We would love to partner with small to mid-size, maybe big-size biotech companies. I think what we especially can offer them is a bit of the sweet spot between this an agile size, tailor-made offerings, where you can there we are free in what we want to design. We can be creative together. We can think about, okay, how do we want to make this work, combined with the skill set and the experience of a company that has brought product to the markets themselves. Okay, so we have done successful PPQ campaigns, multiple. We have done successful launches. So we know the struggle. We have been in those shoes before. We know how it is to develop drugs. So you combine the agility and the right size together with experience. Sometimes you go to for experience and you have to pay premium. You have to deal with with their difficult sales teams and their difficult lawyers and their, no, this is how we've done it always, and blah 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 blah. No, we don't do that. But you still get the experience. You still get the right quality. You still get the FDA approved site. You still get the track record. You still get the the success rates of tech transfer, the 98% batch success rate. You still all get all of this, but you get it in a different form, in a different way, which hopefully makes our clients that are also in very, very tough challenges and tough environments, they feel okay, they have a good partner for this experience and the right attitude.
Great. Now, looking ahead, how do you see the company evolving over the next few years in what is actually, as we've said before, a very dynamic and competitive industry?
Yes. So from how I see the company evolving, right? We had our brand launch. Now it's our time to run. So we will certainly now try to attract the first clients as a new umbrella, because we already have clients in our facilities from our past, also CDMO clients. Now we want to bring the brand out there. We want to be recognized as a meaningful player in the industry. That is a when you know how it is, right? You're sitting around the table, said, let's outsource our program. Who do we ask? Them. We want to be on this list. So when somebody thinks about us, where should I go? At least Rezon Bio should be on the list. So this is definitely from a marketing branding aspect, recognition of where we want to be. As a company, certainly we want to further grow. We are deploying our third manufacturing line. As you know, right now we have the capacities to further invest into additional lines within our existing buildings. So we want to also fill these lines. We have roughly, I think, up to 30,000 liter extension possibilities in our current setup that we have, and we want to use this. So this is definitely our midterm step that we want to take. So fill the spaces that we have, fill them with production, and then the sky is the limit, I would say. So we let's see how our offer is being perceived in the market. And as I said, we can and we want to grow with our clients. And if a client comes to us and say, "Hey, I have this crazy idea, why don't we put in a, I don't know, 2 times 10,000 liter reactor next to your existing facility? Would you be up for this?" Hell yeah, let's talk, right? We don't. We are up for any crazy suggestions for sure.
Brilliant. Now, I mentioned that obviously you guys are at a couple of shows in the near future.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're at Festival Biologics this week, and you're at CPHI in
Yes.
Frankfurt at the end of October. So,
Yes.
what can people expect to see? Let's talk more about CPHI, obviously.
Yeah.
In terms of CPHI, what can people expect to see from the Rezon Bio booth? And just so you know, viewers, there will be in Hall 4, because that's why you've got 2 PolePharma booths when you're looking at the front.
Yes.
Before,
Yes.
but now you know that one of them was actually the Rezon Bio booth, which is in Hall 4. So tell us more about what people can expect to see at CPHI Frankfurt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, CPHI Frankfurt is our big launch event. We are attending a few smaller conferences before. I mean, we have a super beautiful booth in Hall 4, which I really recommend everybody to come and visit. We have some little gimmicks, some competition. We have which we'll also see on social media going forward. So please follow our new LinkedIn page as well. We have some nice sweets, some nice you can come in and eat some of our Rezon Bio macarons, right? So it's a if you run around and you're hungry and you feel for something nice and tasty, come and have some of these. I mean, we have our team there. Come and talk to them. We have our experts there. We have our management team there. We have. If you have, if somebody has a more technical question, come and stop by and ask everything you ever wanted to ask about us. I guess there are plenty of questions. Then we have on day 2 we have a drinks reception open, right? So everybody who wants to step by, cheers with us on a great conference, please do so. We also have a launch event for selected guests on day 1, where we are very much looking forward to, where we are celebrating our new brand launch. You can see a bit and learn a bit more about our capabilities, our facilities, our teams, and I'm very much looking forward to that. To be honest, it's going to be a great event.
Brilliant. Well, Felix, I've got one final question, but actually you've pretty much answered it as we've been going through this interview. So we'll try and get you to do a succinct answer here. Is that, obviously you've got a brand new relaunched brand in a market which is very, very competitive, as we've said many, many times. So just in a couple of sentences, why should people work with Rezon Bio rather than some of the many other CDMOs which are out there in the market, Felix?
People should work with us if they are tired of constant hiccups, if they are tired of people that have overpromised in the past and not delivering, and if they don't feel that their, whatever the solution is, in-house, external, etc., is not working for them because this dedication is missing. Somebody who goes the extra mile for you. This is when people should come to us, and people, that seek for this nice balance of an experienced player at fair cost, right? So this is what we want to, what we are, and what we promise to the market. We are not going in and say we are the Ferraris of the world, okay? And this is not what we want to be, because we see the challenge of today is cost structures of drugs, cost structures of biosimilars, making these products even more accessible to the public, more affordable for the public, and we play our part in this. So the best, we say where dedication delivers value, it summarizes this. We put our dedication, so we generate the value for our client in a way that that they can be successful in marketing their products as well from a financial standpoint, and therefore make healthcare affordable for the public and accessible for the public. That's our mission, and this is why I think people should come to us.
Brilliant. Well, look, Felix, I really appreciate giving the opportunity to learn more about the rebrand and what you're doing as a business. So, viewers, there you go. Maybe you can tell Felix in the comments below what your reason is to work in the sector that you do, and maybe give him a reason to actually work with you. So, what I suggest is if you're at Festival Biologics when you're watching this, then come and say hello to Felix and the teams. They will be there, and you can see them in person, see the brand new rebranding all over the booth. But obviously, if you're at CPHI in Frankfurt on the 20th or 30th, make sure you go to Hall 4. Stand number will be above this video, and talk to Felix and the rest of the team. Learn more about what they're doing. Check out the drinks reception they're doing as well. Try out all the macaroons, as Felix said, all the competitions. I'll certainly be trying them out when I go there, and learn more about Rezon Bio. So, and if you've got any questions based on what he said today anyway, feel free to put them in the comments below. I'm sure Felix will only too happy to answer any questions you have. So, Felix, congratulations on the rebrand. Good luck going forward with the renamed business. I hope Rezon Bio has many years of future success. And viewers, I look forward to catching you up at the Festival Biologics, hopefully, and at CPHI, and any other event, hopefully, that we can pop into.
We will certainly. We will certainly.
And until next time, as always, stay warm, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Rezon. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.